My father came, not for spice, not for riches.
I activate Mystical Space Typhoon!
Cut! Wind guy! I told you guys, he shouldn't be in windy movies. Freaking told you guys.
What's up guys? Welcome back to Toon, Duelists. In this video I'm going to show you a basic combo and some test hands of our updated Radiant Typhoon deck profile. I'm super excited to show this one to you guys. It's actually my go-to tournament deck at the moment. Very powerful, completely meta, and so amazing. Now, if you haven't already, don't forget to check out the deck profile so you know what I'm working with right here, as well as the Nexus replays so you know how this deck really performs. Also, another thing I'd like to mention, we now have a Twitch channel actually. Now, we don't stream too much at the moment, we just do it casually whenever we have time. But yeah, if you want to check that out, link in the description. And guys, before we dive right into it, don't forget to like and subscribe, this would really help us a lot. It's one small click for you, but means the world to us of course. And without further ado, let's dive right into it. Alright guys, for the basic combo, you have a one-card combo right here. You can start it with Shield Bearer, with Chant, or with Elm itself. Those two just search Elm, so that's what this is all about. You only need Elm. You special summon Elm. If you're going first, your opponent won't control spells and traps, so no problem right here. You activate Elm's effect to search, and of course you search Crossia. Now if you have any quick play spell that can be activated, you can activate it to special summon Crossia, but you can also just straight up tribute summon Crossia. On summon effect Crossia, it will add you, of course, one MST and one Swen. So next thing you can do is special summon Swen. Now you activate Swen's effect to add basically one of those three. It's up to you. It also depends, of course, what you have in your hand. Now, vision is obviously just consistency. We'll ignore that. We don't know what we draw in the basic combo, so let's just ignore that. But if you haven't played vision, you should probably search this one. Manifestation is great setup, but you can also do crazy stuff with this one. So I'm just going to show you both lines, because the next step is basically the same with both cards. You use those two to go into your brand new Varuron right here. On summon effect Varuron to search another MST. And whatever you did, it doesn't really matter, you set one of those. You of course set also your MSTs. You go into your opponent's draw phase, and now here's the thing. You can activate Manifestation. Manifestation could, for example, foolish your Varuron monster negate. If you did that, Radiant Typhoon Varuron activates and of course sets your trap up. And with two MSTs, you have two on-field negates, of course spells and traps destroys, just amazing right here. And once you activate, if we're on the manifestation line, once you activate your first MST, Varuron comes back, and because MST is in the grave by now, you have a monster negate right here. Another thing you could do, of course, depending on your hand, is also activate this one to bring back your Crossia. Because Crossia's on summon effect will, of course, then activate to add another MST and, let's say, Varuron, for example. And you can basically end on the same line, kind of. Because you now have MST and Varuron in the hand, and once you activate your first MST, Varuron will come out from your hand, and of course, because you activated an MST, it is in the grave and Varuron is live. So as you can see, both versions end on kind of the same board. You have two on-field negates of course, face-up cards on the field. You have a monster negate right here, and yeah, of course, also shuffle back. So you have one of those, MST, one of those. Once your second MST is activated, you don't want to use it right away. Except you already used Varuron, then it's not a big deal. But if you still want to use Varuron, you just have to watch out that you always have an MST in your graveyard, so you can still use Varuron. Yeah, guys, I'd say we just draw some test hands to show you what this deck can do with more than just one card. Alright guys, test hand number 1, this is gonna be fun. By the way, how do you shuffle? I heard somewhere that if you do this, I don't know what it's called, but this thing I'm doing right here 16 times. The deck is perfectly shuffled, but I don't know if that's true. Let me know in the comments how you shuffle. And we take a look at our 5 cards right here. All right, 2 Fuvalos. That's obviously not too good, but yeah, we can totally work with that. So in the draw phase, you can discard your 2 Fuvalos. They're useless anyways. You, of course, activate Chant. Chant will add you your Eldam right here. And because we now activated a quick play spell, we can bring out Crocea. Crocea's on summon effect will, of course, activate to search MST. And actually, in this case, I would choose another vision. Because we can search Sven. We already have Megala. You could search for another one, but we're still in our draw and we don't want to get drooled or anything. So we activate Vision right now. Give the deck a cut. Even though I don't have the big Las Vegas shuffle tricks. All right, okay, easy choice. We get rid of the second copy of Vision. No, we don't. Crocea is actually more useless. And a Crocea Engrave is not too bad. All right, standby, main. We special summon Megala. And next up, we special summon Eldam. On summon effect, Eldam, you add Sven, obviously. And next up, you bring out Sven. You activate Sven's effect, in my opinion, to add a manifestation. You could go for the Ascension, I think, Ascendance, to bring back your Crocea from grave, but honestly, I think that's better, because now we activate manifestation. We foolish our Phoenix, and this will activate Megala's effect, and we can special summon Varuran. Now, this is our 5th summon. We could be nipped right now. So what you could do to avoid this, if you want to, I don't really recommend it because Radiant Typhoon, it loses to nip a bit, but not too much actually. You can use Manifestation and chain MST. Shoot Manifestation so it resets itself. Obviously, you don't need the second mandate, but then you have an MST engrave and Varuran is live, so you can just counter nip that way. I wouldn't do it though. I would just play risky. And next thing you want to do, use those 2 for your link play right here. It activates its effect to bring out MST right here. Now, if you want to play it safe, you could shoot your own vision. It resets, of course. Can't activate it this turn anyway. So you can set your Radiant Typhoon trap right away. But I wouldn't recommend it. We set those 2, we set Vision, we pass our turn. And during our opponent's draw phase, we activate Vision once again. Oh, oops, give it a cut. Draw 2. All right. Discard Radiant MST, so it is live. That's nice. And now we can activate our Link Monsters effect. Varuran brings out Ascendance. And with Ascendance, we can actually now shuffle back 3 Radiant Typhoon spells in the draw phase still, guys, in our opponent's draw phase to get another draw. All right, and we draw into the hand trap. It's amazing. So what do we have on field? 2 negates of open cards, face-up cards. Then we have a monster negate right here. If we activated an MST, it's even a pop. We have probably an undestructible monster, but it doesn't matter. And we have Sheena right here in hand. Guys, what can I say? Amazing end board right here. All right, guys, test hand number 2. Let's see what we can do with those 5. Okay, that's interesting. But we can work with this. We totally can. All right, in our draw phase, we activate this one, Ascendance, I think, to add MST. Obviously, we have nothing to bring out from our grave. So we just use the second effect to add MST. That's the great thing about those spells. You can always activate them because there's always an MST to be searched. Next thing is activating Crocea and chain blocking it with Phoenix. Bring out Phoenix, bring out Crocea. Crocea on summon, you add Eldam and another MST. Next thing you wanna do is go into your standby, go into your main, special summon Eldam. On summon effect Eldam, you obviously search Swen, special summon Swen, on summon effect Swen, and because we have another Crucia that is basically useless, I would go for Vision in this case, and we give the deck a shuffle, we give the deck a cut, because we activate Vision, draw 2, and get rid of Crucia. Well, can bring this out during your opponent's turn, that's actually not too bad. Nope, we get rid of Crucia. We don't necessarily need it, the other cards are just better. Alrighty, that's it for this step. Next thing you wanna do is use those two for obviously your link play. On summon effect, get your third and final MST. And we have a Fuva that is useless, but we have 1, 2, 3 MST. And you wanna set 2 only. We want to always have a Droplet 2, and we want a Fallen and the Virtuous. And that's our hand. Now, in this scenario, you can wait, of course, until you are able to activate one, either your Fallen, either your Droplet, or your MSTs on your opponent to activate Varuron, obviously. You don't want to shoot your own spells and traps in this scenario necessarily. As I said, it's a very interactive deck, so you have to wait what your opponent does. He will bring out any face-up card, eventually. So Fallen and the Virtuous will be able to activate itself very quickly. I guess this is the easiest one to bring out. You bring out Albion, you shoot an card, and that's the point where you activate your Varuron to bring out Mandate, and if it hits the field, you straight up use Mandate's effect. Shuffle back 1, 2, 3. No MST among those cards, so no problemo. Shuffle them back. Cut the deck. And draw one. Alright, not too bad for follow-up. Breaking a board maybe. And here you are, still having 2 negates of face-up cards. You still have Droplet. For Droplet, you can easily discard your Fuva. You can also get rid of Crucia. She does nothing on the field. Technically, you can also get rid of Varuron. She's used. Like, you have your trap, you don't really need her anymore. Or, of course, you chain MST, you activate MST and chain Droplet to send the just activated MST. As I said, it just depends on what your opponent does, but again, amazing endboard. And don't forget the shuffle back 2 we have with Phonics right here. Alright guys, third and final test hand, but I have to mention something. I just recognized this, but I already stopped the video and already shuffled all the cards back. We had Albion in our grave in the last test hand, so in the end phase we could have searched another Fallen and the Virtuous too, but yeah. Just another bonus, you know. Let's see what the last test hand gives us. Oh, whew. All right. Okay. All right, okay. I guess this proves that no deck is safe from Brick City. This is a total brick hand. Can't argue. I mean, you have Super Poly. With Sheena, it's not too bad. Actually, you can do something. It's not like you can't do nothing. Yeah, Ascension, Search, and MST, but why? So you set MST, you set Super Poly. What you can do actually, once you can activate Super Poly, and you are in the good position, which is not like something that never comes up. Let's say you can bring out Mud Dragon with your Super Poly. You can change its attribute to Wind, and then you have Sheena live. So at least you can do that. I mean, yeah, it was a brick. It was a bricky hand. You have a hard time with a hand like this, but hey, you have a Super Poly, you have Sheena. Could be worse, right? Alright guys, that's it for today's video. I really hope you enjoyed. If you did, definitely leave a like and a subscription. This would really help us a lot. It's one small click for you, means the world to us, of course. Then, obviously, if you haven't already, don't forget to check out the deck profile as well as the Nexus replays, so you get the full Radiant Typhoon experience right here. Also, don't forget to check out our Instagram channel, our Twitch channel. We would really love if you follow there too. And yeah, guys, I'd say until next time, Have a good one.